Hey everyone, it's Chocolate Thunder here, back for another Bjd Addicts Prompt. This is number 46 and it's what is missing from this hobby. I think there's actually quite a few things that are missing from this hobby, but it's the sort of things that sort of come up very rarely and sort of very quickly and then vanish, which is kind of annoying. I think one of the things that the hobby's kind of lacking is like variations of clothes. So for example, say I found a jacket for an SD size doll and I wanted it for an MSD or USD. There's none. There's no kind of like company that does like sort of like a set of clothes, but they do it in all the different sizes and lots of different variations of styles and all that kind of stuff. So I think there's a massive gap in the BGD market for that, which is great because you do find some people, like very rarely, they'll do like a pre-order and you'll say, right, I want a USD pair of shorts like this or an SD top like this, and they'll make it for you, which is great. But sometimes that is more expensive, which is kind of sucky. But it's kind of one of the things you learn to deal with in this hobby. But, you know. Another thing is like little props, like you can think things like remits and you can make your own. But there's like a distinct lack of things like weapons. Like if you're wanting to have like a pirate, or like my girl, she's steampunk, so I've now got an SD sized gun for her. So it's massive. It looks still really cute because she's got this massive big gun. But there's no kind of like variation between them. So when like things like weapons and stuff do come up, you're like, oh my god, and you buy it like a mad person. Which is good and bad at the same time. What else? I think there's not as many fantasy sculpts as when I first started in this hobby. And there's not very many kind of what I call like doll pets. Like, for example, you know I've mentioned about this rabbit if you've been watching my channel. And it's basically like a ball jointed rabbit. It's really, really cute. It's not arrived yet. But I wish they did more kind of things like that, where like the animals that you could buy for them, like the dragon, and I've seen a cat, you know, things like that are more kind of like readily available for the dolls, because I think it looks really adorable when you have like your own doll having like a pet or like another miniature doll. Like I buy Figmas for my girl to have a BGD, which is really random, but it's really good fun. It's really funny seeing her with a doll, which is just really cool. What else? Jewellery as well. I think there's sometimes a little bit of a lack of like more kind of customizable jewellery. Like there's loads of lovely ones with like lots of beads and all that kind of stuff, but I mean like things like this, you're not going to get anything like this for a doll. And especially like ear piercing, like for, you know, if you've pierced your doll's ear. There's not very many piercings unless you buy studs, or if you actually physically have your doll there and like go to like Clothes Accessories and literally have it and size it up. So that's another thing, I guess. Definitely colour range for dolls. You know, like instead of just having white, normal and tan skin very rarely, I'd love to have dolls that are like blue or purple or like a sort of off green or mint green or something like that. I really want to start having dolls of different colours, but because companies don't do them, it just doesn't happen, and that's, you know, it sucks. It sucks big time. They're kind of the main things. I wish like a place like Fairyland would do like sculpts like the Luna in a minifee, and you know, like do sort of more kind of like head types, not just doing bodies, just heads. And I wish that companies would start doing more kind of clothes specifically for their dolls. So like Fairyland just doing like sets of like jeans or something for their dolls, because it means, you know, I think they'd actually make quite a lot of money from doing that, because it's sometimes really difficult to find minifee clothes that fit them so well, because SD clothes sometimes drown them, but then trying to get specific SD clothes can be minifee clothes can be really expensive. So I think it'd be a really good idea for them to do like, you know, outfits instead of always just churning out dolls. I think that's it. Eyes is different hands. That's another one. Different hands. Fairyland is the only one that I've really met that do specific different hands for their dolls, so that you can like attach them and detach them. I would love it if like, I don't know, like Doll Zone and stuff would do more kind of like little hands, like hand positions, so you could buy them in a set and you could just change out your doll's hands. I just think that would be really cute. And different types of faceplates as well, like the Yuna, I think that's how you say it, Yuna. They're the only ones I know that do like specific faceplates, like the Winking faceplate or like the Bully faceplate. And I would love it if more doll companies would take like a sculpt and then make it into like different facial expressions, because it'd be really good fun for photography. And I think that's about it. I'm going to stop there. This ended up being a lot longer than I expected. But yeah, so I still think there's a lot of things that can be added to this hobby. And more positivity is always a good thing to add. Anyway, I'm going to stop this video now. I'll catch you guys really soon, and I hope you all do this prompt as well. Catch you later. Bye!